Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of the 6 p.m. prime time newscast on Equinoxe television, live from our headquarters in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. I am Babla Jonathan. In our top stories in this edition of the news, 4 children arrested in Mojoko village in the southwest region of the Republic of Cameroon over alleged secessionist activities. They are said to have set a school in the panic after they wrote a message indicating that they are amber fighters, or better say pro-independence fighters, and against school activities in the northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon. They were arrested by the National Gendarmerie, who shall be bringing to you details in this edition of the news. And also we will talk about the poor state of some schools in the country. Many schools in remote areas are suffering infrastructural setbacks and other challenges. For young school-going children arrested by elements of the National Gendarmerie over suspected links with pro-independence fighters in the northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon, after the 4 young persons put up a message saying that they were pro-independence fighters and that they are against education or peoples and students going to school in the 2 English-speaking regions of the country hit by socio-political tensions. There was panic in the school in Mojoko village in the southwest region of the Republic of Cameroon, and this attracted the reaction, the intervention of elements of the National Gendarmerie, who arrested the children, and subsequently the divisional officer was in the school to take stock of the situation there. Details read from me, Armstrong Sander.
No school tomorrow, St. Louis. Fuck you. I will meet you tomorrow with guns. If you think I am joking, try and see. Signed by these 4 kids who are currently in the hands of elements of the Territorial Gendarmerie in Banga in the Mungu division of the Littoral region of Cameroon. A message they wrote and pasted in one of the classrooms of their school, according to this school official.
So we have been schooling all through with no problem. So yesterday we came to school and went back to and closed the children. We were together right up to 2 o'clock. We have prepared the children to come extra classes. So when the children came, few of the children came, they saw a paper pasted in the classroom on the board that no school tomorrow. St. Louis, who is one of my teacher, fuck you. That is what they wrote on the paper. That if you want to try and see, they are coming with guns.
A message that has landed them into trouble.
I left. When I came, children were running away. I asked them, I said, what are you running? They said they have seen a paper pasted on the board. So I did inquiries. I asked the children, but who do you meet in school? They said they met one of the child who is called Tiny Jackson, and the other one, Ashu Junior. They met them. The other one, who is called Indu. So they met them. So I left now, went and called for Tiny Jackson, who was just staying beside the school, and asked him, how many people did you see in school? He said there were 4 of them. Then who wrote the paper? He said he saw the paper from Junior, who is one of the culprits. So, but I asked him, did you see anything written on the paper? He said no. Junior slept on a bench, and the paper was on the bench. So, but he did not actually notice that something was written there. So finally, I took the child back to school for the child to come and illustrate. The child came and illustrated how the thing started, and I even have a video of the illustration made by the child. So immediately I left with that paper, went to the chief, and the chief called for the DO and the security. I went and invited the vigilante group this morning. We went and arrested the children because I know the children.
The divisional officer from Banga, while promising investigation, warned school officials and inhabitants of the area.
Make sure that anybody you see around your school or anybody around your village who is going around saying that you people should not go to school, immediately inform your teachers. And your teacher will inform the headmaster, and the headmaster will inform me. And I will know what to do. So today, I'm here with all these big people that you are seeing them to come and say that my good friend must go to school. Yes, that's why we are here.
The notice created panic and sent school kids rushing home across Peage. While investigations unfold to determine if somebody manipulated the kids, they are still in the hands of elements of the National Gendarmerie in Banga.
That incident occurred in Mujoka village in Banga subdivision, littoral region of the Republic of Cameroon. It is one of the localities close to the borders with the crisis-hit southwest region of the country, and the divisional officer, Vo Armstrong, was in that school cautioning the children to report suspected secessionist attacks or tendencies if they discover any around them. And of course, we are now taking you to the southwest region of the Republic of Cameroon, where we're going to be talking about the protests of some workers of the Cameroon Development Corporation. That is one of the giant employers, one of the giant companies in Cameroon, badly affected by the Anglophone crisis, and the workers are complaining over unpaid salaries. They were on the streets yesterday. Davidson Maimo has more.
CDC say it will be my mommy, it will be my papa, it will be all and all for me. But today,
CDC promised to be my mother, father, and everything to me. But this is 2 years, no salaries. Take a look at the workers' shoes. They are workers of the Cameroon Development Corporation, the CDC, under the Technical Service Department, barricading and demonstrating with placards in front of the CDC Technical Service Annex, known as CDC Engineering at Bota in Limbe. The disgruntled field workers from Tico and Limbe says all what they are asking for is their salaries, not to talk of arrears.
We have been working for all this while. From since 2018, we have not been paid.
They have been owing us for the past 20 months.
The worker says their children cannot enjoy the right to education, as paying school fees is far-fetched.
I don't have money to pay school fees. My children today are all in the house. Every from the one in primary school, they said they should pay the PTA. We don't have money to pay PTA. 24 months today, they are on picking, they go to school. We are on picking the day only for us. It's really a sad situation. The children are going to school. Our own children, they have been driven from school fees, no way. They are in the house. Even means to eat, we don't have.
They are accusing top management for not evenly distributed bail funds as a result of the ongoing Anglophone crisis sent by the government.
They have percentage when they give contractors give their own. When they receive money from government, instead to come and pay all the money, they say they are paying contractors. And who are those contractors? They themselves are the contractors. They receive the money and divide for themselves. We are so free. But every moment, they just fool people.
If money not there for CDC again, let Franklin J. we go for the work.
A part of all these, the ripple effect of the peaceful demonstration was very visible. A team from the head office, led by the Human Resource Director, appealed for the workers to be patient and have hope.
We are tired. What we want is our money.
We are tired. We are tired. Enough is enough. Thank you.
They want you now to win. They will say I can't die like my own friend. They may pay me.
The CDC Technical Service Department is not the first to protest against unpaid salaries. It should be noted that the Cameroon Development Corporation, CDC, is the most hit by the ongoing Anglophone crisis, with some workers killed, others tortured, equipment and farm estate vandalized, with separatists in control of some farm estate, harvesting the palm fruit, milling and selling in the black markets.
And after urging the angry workers to be patient while the company gets or finds solutions to their plights, the Human Resource Director of the CDC spoke to the press today explaining the problem. Take a listen.
But they were lastly paid a month ago when school was about resuming, and everything was done to ensure that they get at least a month's pay to be able to prepare children for rentrée scolaire. Of course, 1 month's pay after a long period of no pay can actually not solve the backlog of problems you have, but can help you resolve the immediate. And I'm sure, and we know very well that we are striving, struggling to ensure that more money is made from sale of produce, which they are refusing to go and produce, so that they can be paid more. That is CDC. The strike action was illegal. Illegal in the sense that the procedure that every other worker will follow when it concerns going to the streets to agitate requires you to ensure that you notify management via the labor delegate. That wasn't done. Our workers are very, very aware of that procedure. In as much as they did not respect what has to be done for you to be able to go to the streets to agitate for a right, we termed it illegal. But being a house, management being as understanding as we are, knowing the situation that we're finding ourselves, we waved that option aside and opted to react to their needs. It's not the first time it is happening. They have had strikes in Tico, in Edinam, in Mondoni, and in Bota this time around. And whenever it is done, we try as much as go nearer to them to explain to them the difficulties that we're facing. They all know very well the difficulties CDC is facing because of the crisis in the northwest and southwest region. And in the difficulties that we're facing, the government opted to assist. As they assist, so too is CDC management capable of paying workers. And as we are capable of selling the small crop that we would have produced, so too is it possible to pay workers. Without those options, there is no way of having the money. So the last pay that was done was after turbulence, both from production and both from assistance, and they were able to be paid. We are hoping, as work is timidly resuming in most of the estates, so we're hoping that whenever there is money, they shall be paid. CDC management is very concerned, general manager is very concerned about it, and they can only be paid when the money is there. So for them to go to streets, stopping others who are willing to work, to be able to produce products, which is going to assist to provide the revenue to pay them, I think is one of those wrong things that gets to be done. We spoke to them. A few of them have gone back to work today, and we're hoping that that action which was done in Bota does not go a long way to discourage the field workers who are struggling to ensure that they produce our raw materials, which we'll be able to refine, to sell, to get the money to pay workers. So we only appeal to them to be patient, get to work as they have been doing, and we're sure to get out of the crisis in the days ahead.
The Human Resource Director of the Cameroon Development Corporation, CDC, speaking there. And in Boya, our correspondent Derek Jato reports that cybercrime is on the rise, and administrative authorities are now being equipped on how to better combat the threat. His report.
At a time the Cameroon government says she is fast in the fight against cybercriminality, the increasing acts on the field rather indicate that the cyber criminals are faster.
We have difficulties tracing those criminals,
which is fast affecting our economy.
And this Boya, the Southwest Regional Capital, is the hub. Mayor Msoko Edward, the second deputy mayor of the Boya Council, attests that the gap is getting wider, and every sector in his municipality is having a story to tell.
Every other person wants to come to Boya. We have the Anglo-Saxon University, so it is on the rise, be it a mobile money transfer, bank or cards transfer and so on. I think it's something that we have to bring all the stakeholders in place.
The complex nature of the cyberspace is an added advantage to these internet fraudsters, telecommunication expert revealed.
Somebody can sit out of this region and send a message or who commit a crime. So it is always difficult to trace them.
And 3 years ago, the Cameroon government injected a combative structure in the southwest region. The National Agency for Information and Communication Technologies, better known in its French acronym as ANTIC, with its mission to frustrate and puncture all moves of these cyber criminals. Egbe Besson Divine, the Southwest Regional Branch Head of ANTIC, says since then, the heat has been on.
So far, we have been working with the judicial police, we've been working with the courts, we've been working with the gendarmerie from different stakeholders. We have managed to get a lot of information. We've collected a lot of statistics. We've managed to track a lot of them.
And to join forces, a 3-day seminar to strengthen the capacities on information security and the protection of online personal data was organized in Boya, bringing together regional and local government personnel. Presiding at the ceremony, Professor Ebot Eno, ANTIC General Manager, reminded these participants of the government expectations.
The current seminar will help bridge the digital and knowledge divide between central and local government services.
Information and communication technologies are warning that if this increasing cyber criminality is not stopped, it will be a direct roadblock to the nation's dream of emerging by 2035.
The National Gendarmerie has arrested 12 individuals suspected to have made away with up to 100 million francs CFA from the Brasserie du Cameroun Brewery Company. They attacked different companies or different branches of the company in Kribi, Ezeka, Edea, Konsamba, Olembe, and of course in some in Yaoundé. They are said to have attacked this company and making away with over 100 million francs CFA between January and October 2020. And the arrest of one of the suspects, Ngwa Divine, in Yaoundé led to investigations that brought the other suspects in the dragnet of security and defense forces. And in the home of one of the suspects, Ngwa Divine, several weapons were found: 3 locally made guns and 1 automatic pistol that were found in the home of one of the suspects, and they are said to have made away with 100 million francs CFA from the branches of Le Brasserie du Cameroun Brewery Company in Kribi, Ezeka, Ede, and Konsamba, Olembe, and some in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. We'll be coming back to that information in greater details and with updates in subsequent news editions. Now to Dissange in the Senegal Maritime Division, littoral region of the Republic of Cameroon. Several inhabitants of that part of the country have gone without electric energy supply for several months today, and they are calling on authorities to save them from the challenges emanating from the inadequate electric energy supply. Details in the upcoming report.
Electric cables crisscrossing a marshy area, putting the lives of inhabitants plying the stretch at high risk of electrocution. The population of Mwanko and Dizange in the Senegal Maritime Division have been living without electricity for over 2 weeks, thus affecting their day-to-day activities. All the things that we kept in the fridge have gotten barred. The Mwanko mortuary now stinks. The corpses are decomposing. Living for 3 weeks without electricity could be compared to living in hell.
Sans lumière, tout est en arrêt. You can't imagine. Every year we have the same situation in the same area. When they come today, They do what you want the field has to do. There is night. The next time they'll go and stay, and for 1 year, the following year we still have the same trouble. We don't understand the situation we are living here in Cameroon. We cannot live, we sleep inside darkness with our children and our families in all precarious situations. So we don't understand anything anymore.
Locals blame the type of poles used in the area. According to them, wooden poles easily decay due to the swampy nature of the area. Those distributing electricity are negligent. How can they use wooden poles in a marshy area? They should build solid poles like the one I am standing beside. Contacting the company in charge of distributing electricity, we're told that the management network program meant to facilitate the distribution of electricity in the 10 regions of Cameroon is on course, and that Mwanko and Zange should wait for their turn.
Several schools in both urban and rural areas in the Republic of Cameroon are in a very bad state. The buildings dilapidated in some of the schools. The buildings are not adequately protecting the children from natural happenings, from things like sun, from rain and other threats to the students and the pupils, and the learning conditions in these schools are quite precarious. A case in point in this newscast is Government Primary School Matom in the Nyong-Kelly Division.
Government Primary School Matom in the Nyong-Kelly Division of the Central Region. Torn roof sheets, dilapidated walls, and broken foundations. As concerns the classrooms, they look more of a picket fence with no furnitures. Other classrooms under construction have been abandoned long ago. It is amidst these unfriendly issues that pupils perceive knowledge. This vast structure served as a classroom before it was demolished a year ago and replaced with this modern one. Wish of the population of the Nyong-Kelly Division is to see multiplication of such an initiative. At first, our children were sitting on bricks. It was horrible. After the visits of the pedagogic inspector, we were able to benefit this modern structure. We, however, thank immensely teachers who braved to teach our children back then under these extreme precarious conditions at the time others posted here deliberately denied to come. To attain the objective of giving quality education to the future leaders, Ellis mobilized themselves in order to nurture the young learners to be holistic. One of the ways is through granting of didactic materials to both parties, the teachers and the learners. These school kits will enable the children, especially those from poor backgrounds, not to derail in their education. Changes in the division, with most parts still enclaved, we are told are joint efforts of the populace.
Innocent as they reporting, the supporters of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon turned out in their numbers yesterday at the Douala Reunification Stadium as the Lions lock horns with the members of Mozambique, an encounter that ended on a 4-1 defeat or a 4-1 victory for the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Even though the match was played without spectators, they came out in their numbers, with some not happy with the decision, a decision that enters the framework of the fight against the coronavirus pandemic. Smanjikan Gebre.
On the streets of Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, fans were present in their numbers.
On the balcony of houses, many also wanted to see as the Lions were getting to the pitch 22 years after the last played in Douala. It's a nation that knows football and wants to watch the game. We, the fans of the round object, we want the return of soccer, no matter who is playing and which championship.
Je ne peux pas me tuer pour ça. Je sais que je me suis déplacé parce que je voulais suivre les Lions. Je voulais vivre le match de football. Bravo le Cameroun, bravo les Lions.
Unfortunately, even though they were told as a result of the coronavirus epidemic, the match will be played without spectators, some of the die-hard fans believed they would have been allowed to get into the pitch.
Vraiment, en tant qu'une maman, quand tu envoies l'enfant,
like a mother who sends her kid out and he sees the mother, the kid will be happy. They could have allowed us inside the pitch.
Nous avons dépensé pour le transport. On ne vous a pas demandé de nous rembourser ça. Mais ne serait-ce que nous les voyons comment jouer.
Notwithstanding their absence within the pitch, the excitement around the Douala Omnisport Stadium was enormous. A sport reporter from the Southwest region says he is returning to his base satisfied.
I'm a very satisfied Cameroonian. I'm a very satisfied sport journalist that I came to cover this match and equally to give my support to our national team, the Indomitable of Cameroon, because what I expected, the guys demonstrated in the field and they gave us the results. So I am very satisfied. I think I just have to encourage them to continue with such performance, especially in the return leg match out there in Mozambique next Tuesday.
The inaugural game of the Lions at the new look Omnisport Stadium in Douala ended 4-1 in favor of the Lions against Mozambique.
And one of the Indomitable Lions strikers, Jay Clinton, spoke to Equinoxe television shortly after that encounter. Take a listen.
We had a good game. The whole team, they did their best. Everybody tried to give his 100%. And at the end of the game, we had 4 goals of our side. And yeah, that's just it. I think the group is also living well. We can see through the game, the team spirit and the fighting spirit. And that's just what we need. Well, it's always good to come back and score goals. Yeah, it's been long. I haven't been here. My last game was against Nigeria. And yeah, now I'm back and ready to help the team and win games. This is my second hometown. I'm from Southwest, but I grew up in Douala. I wish I had the population in the stadiums, but we can still feel their presence out of the field. After the game, we could see how much they were supporting us, and yeah, that's all what we need from them.
The United Nations Human Rights Chief warns reports of massive killing of civilians in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region will amount to war crimes. Michelle Bachelet called for an inquiry into reports that scores and maybe hundreds of people had been stabbed and hacked to death in one town. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has accused forces loyal to Tigray's leaders of the massacre. Its officials have denied involvement, and Tigray leader Debretsion Gebremichael told the press that the accusations were baseless. Mr. Abiy, that is the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, said that fighters backing Tigray's ruling party, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, went on the rampage after federal troops had liberated the western part of Tigray, brutally killing innocent civilians in Maikadra, a town in the southwest zone of Tigray, and witnesses blamed forces loyal to the TPLF for Monday's killings, first reported by human rights group Amnesty International. And this is where we end this edition of the news on Equinoxe Television. Thank you for staying with us.